up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen. If you are new, if you are returning, what is up? It's been a minute. It's been more than a minute. I just wanted to film a quick update. I found these questions on a forum, so I just figured I'd go through, pick a few that would, you know, like inform you where I was throughout my pregnancy, and I could just kind of segue off of that. I'm 28 weeks today, so I assume that I'm officially 7 months. I just went to the doctor today. My doctor's appointment switch over to every 2 weeks until 32 weeks, and then they're every week. So we are winding down, and I'm so excited. I'm so ready to meet my child. And here's my bump check. Ooh, yeah, we've got belly. How did you know you were pregnant? In my first video, whenever we first found out, I'm trying to think back to if I answered that in that video. But anyway, how I found out, one, my period was late. 2, my boobs were extremely sore. I was extremely nauseous, and I was emotional. I cried. I was like, I was so emotional about everything. Not like a crybaby, but like I would cry at stuff I wouldn't normally cry at. Like the one telltale sign whenever I did get emotional, the dog had barked, and I had just gotten in the bed and I had just gone to sleep, and it had taken me a while to get to sleep. And she barked and woke me up, and that made me so upset. And he was just like, well, what's wrong? And I said, Cena barked. The dog is downstairs barking, and I don't know what she's barking about. Girl, I was a whole mess. So that was one of the telltale signs, because I would have never done that. I would have just gotten up and smacked the fuck out of her for barking at nothing. How'd you tell your parents? My mom, we tricked her, because I told her, girl, I got tea. I got some tea to tell you. I got some tea to spill. So we came over just like on her, thinking that, you know, we're about to chop it up. And I was like, girl, let me send you this. We had taken a picture of the pregnancy test that said that we're positive, and I airdropped it to her, and she screamed. Like, she literally screamed. Preferred sex, boy or girl? We preferred a boy. Obviously, we both wanted a boy, but I was never fucked up with having a girl. You kind of hear that boys are easier, you know, like boys are just easier to deal with sometimes. And I've never come across anybody who has said that their girl was easier than their boy. So just to be first time parents, just give it to us easy, Lord. And that Lord of ours has a sense of humor, so he completely said, nope, you can get your girl first. Do we have names? Yes, we've got names, or we've got a name, but we're not sharing that until she gets here. My immediate family knows, but we're gonna wait until she gets here. That's the one thing we want to keep to ourselves, is what we're naming her. Do you like being pregnant? Yes and no. Like, okay, so just to explain my nose, just like the nausea and some of the stuff that comes along with it, my back hurting, some of the random headaches, like that part sucks. But to be able to feel her, like she just moved, like just to feel her thump at me or like just moving around in there, that has been incredible. Like if you're a mom, you already know the feeling, but if you're just now getting pregnant, or if you have not been pregnant yet, bro, wait until you start to feel your child move around. Like that probably makes all the negatives all worth it. Was it planned? Yes and no. More so a no though, because we had tried at one point in time, but I mean, I wasn't getting pregnant, and that was one of my concerns even before me and Jones kind of like actually got together. I just found it weird that at the time anyways, I had found it weird that I was 20, 25 maybe at the time, just out of general concern why I haven't even so much as accidentally ended up pregnant, which thank God I never accidentally ended up pregnant. But I'm just saying that it's just something that I was curious about, and come to find out I've got endometriosis, and you know, it can be hard to conceive with the endometrium cells that are down there that are growing that are in the uterus. I had my laparoscopy last year in June or July. I think it might have been June. Gyno told me then that, you know, if you're not planning to get pregnant, then you want to be extra careful afterwards, because you'll be really fertile. Me and Jones discussed it. We're not going to worry about it. But we also didn't take precautions. Obviously, we didn't take precautions in trying not to. So it wasn't a thing of let's try to make a baby. As far as planning to, no, we didn't plan to get pregnant. It was just a fuck it type of thing. How much weight have you gained so far? I don't want to talk about it. In my first video, I said, I don't want to gain 40 pounds. Well, girl, we're right at it. We are knocking on 40's door. I think I've probably gained like 34, 35 pounds so far. And I'm not even through my third trimester. Like I'm probably due for another 15 pounds because my child is literally only like 2. What are you most nervous about? I think I'm most nervous just about the unknown, just not knowing what to expect. You know, some women go in with a birth plan and like they already know what they want to ask for. I don't. So I just don't know how it will go. I don't know if it's gonna be like the movies and your water breaks in the middle of the night and you rush off to the hospital with your bags and like that whole thing, or if we're gonna go in and they will break my water. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. So that's the only thing that I can say I'm nervous about. How has pregnancy changed your relationship? It hasn't negatively impacted anything. I do think that it's brought us closer. I feel like in the beginning though, we kind of argued quite a bit, but I think that was more so me. I would have to take the blame for that. I think that just my hormones being all over the place and me being emotional and just extra sensitive about stuff, that's probably the only thing. He's extra attentive, which I love. And I love to see him like with her, like just here, and she's not even here yet. So yeah, I think it's definitely changed it for the better. So, but it wasn't bad to begin with. Biggest cravings, probably ice cream. Ice cream, oranges, popsicles, sweets, and I'm not a big sweet eater, so all my sweet cravings have been only because I'm pregnant, because like I said, I'm just not big on cake and cookies and stuff like that. Now, I am known to want a little something sweet after I eat, but not anything as heavy as like ice cream. Like, ice cream is really heavy to me. Cake is really heavy to me. I can even do cereal just to take my sweet tooth, my little sweet craving away on a normal day. But being pregnant, girl, I needed ice cream. In the first trimester, I was ice creaming it up. I need ice cream party. Breastfeeding, yes. I definitely plan to breastfeed. Granted, it's not too painful. I don't know how I'm gonna feel with her on my boob. You know, that's another thing that I'm not 100% sure about, but one of my best friends said that she breastfed, she just pumped the whole time. She never latched her son. So that's a possibility for me as well. I don't know. But breastfeeding, yes, that's a go. Pressures of pregnancy. I think the weight gain has been the biggest pressure for me anyways. Having lost 100 pounds, there is just something in my brain that like if I step on the scale and it's too far out of control, it just, a fucking wire snaps in my head. And that was one thing that my doctor said today. He said, you're still on track as far as your weight goes. You're still on track, but just watch it, because, you know. But he didn't tell me how much I had actually gained throughout this entire time. I might keep up with it on my scale, on my home scale, but the doctors don't care what your home scale says. Even like the pressures after pregnancy, like there's so much pressure for a woman to snap back and to snatch back and to get her body back. And you see a lot of women who have babies on their hips that look like they have not passed a child whatsoever. So the goal is to shed all of my baby weight. But I also have to know that people also walk around here with mom bods. They might not look like they're the fittest thing, but they're happy, they're comfortable, and they're comfortable knowing that I had a child. This is what my body looks like post-child. If you want to know what the pressures of pregnancy are, it's weight, it's snatching back, it's all of that. Who will be with you during labor? For sure Jones, my mom, and I would like for my sister to be with me just so she can feel. What are you most looking forward to after pregnancy? Probably just meeting her and just seeing her, like here, like just my new title, like being a mom, like through the rest of my life that I'm on this earth, I will have a being, like I will have made a child. Seeing what her personality is gonna be like. Let me tell you how petty my child is. Anytime I go to feel her, or if she's kicking around in there and she's being active, and I go and I start rubbing so I could feel that against my hand, nothing. We went to the doctor today and they did the baby Doppler again. So they were just going over the stomach with the machine to find the heartbeat, check on the heartbeat. And every time she almost had it, she curved. Every time, until she finally got it. She's a stubborn one. She's a petty one already. So I think she gets that from me. So that's pretty much it. Those are just a few questions I feel like were good enough to update like where I'm at now and that whole thing. So the next few vlogs are probably gonna be just us probably nesting and getting things together, and then before you know it, that vlog is gonna come out that she's here. So I'm really excited. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe for more of my journey, because it's winding down. Until the next time, me and baby will see you then.